What up, my dudes? It's Space Roach, and today we're diving into the terrifying world of Metro Awakening. Now, I've been waiting to do this video mostly because I took a couple of days when I got the game to, before I even started playing it, immerse myself in the world by downloading the audiobook of Metro 2033, which is like a 20-hour long audiobook. I spent 2 days listening to it before I even started playing the game. Try to get a feel for the world, try to really know what I was about to go into, because I didn't play any of the Metro games. So I listened to this book and I get a feel for the post-apocalyptic world underneath Moscow, the mutations, the psychic stuff, the stations, the people that still live down there, you know, just develop a picture in my head of what the whole thing looks like. And then I dove into the game, and man, Vertigo really got close to like almost exactly the way I was picturing this whole world, and they sold it so well. You go into the stations and everything just felt alive, you know? And then the tunnels are just the exact opposite. You go in and everything just feels so desolate and isolated. And you hear these terrifying sounds echoing down the tunnels. And there are things moving in the walls. And they do this suspense buildup. There's just so much suspense to this, it's such a stark contrast from the last Vertigo game I played just like a month ago, which was the Arizona Sunshine remake, where, I mean, that's a horror game too, but it's like zombies coming at you constantly, and you're fighting zombies all the way from one end of the game to the other. Where this one, it's more like we're gonna scatter some ammo out. It's gonna be very scarce, and you're gonna never know when things are about to hit you. And it gave me this feeling that was like eerily reminiscent of when I played through Alien Isolation. And I know it's weird, I'm comparing a VR game to a flat game here, but like the feeling was so much the same, where you feel like you're being stalked the whole time, but the game is never gonna tell you when it's about to hit you. And it's just, you feel so alive when you're that scared, you know? I remember there was one moment when I first started playing through it. And guys, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil any plot stuff here or go into any major plot points or ruin the story for you. But there was one moment in my second night playing it where I was sitting up alone at night in my living room. Everyone else had gone to bed. I think it was like 11:30 at night. And I'm playing through, and I get to a point where I'm just looking down this long tunnel, and you know, like, you have your headlamp in the game, and you know, it helps you see things, you know, flashlight attached to your head or whatever to see things, but you look down this tunnel and you can't see the end. It just turns into blackness. And I hadn't shot at anything for about 10 minutes at this point, and I had found some bullets, and I knew something was going to hit me at some point. And I looked down this tunnel, and I just decided, no, not me, not tonight. And I had to take my headset off. I was scared, dudes. It was that intense of a feeling. Of course, I went back and, you know, played it with a little bit more confidence the next morning when the sun had come up, and you know, nothing terrible was going to happen to me in real life. I mean, it's just such an immersive story from beginning to end. And a nice long playthrough, too, with lots of collectibles. And, of course, there's gadgets along the way that you have to use. Everything's, of course, powered by your little powered hand crank tool that you have to use a lot of times. And it's connected to some of the little puzzles that you have to do on the way through. The NPCs and NPC voices were really nice in this one. I was pretty impressed with a lot of the characters.
Good. Say stupid shit more often. You're too so lovey-dovey.
I was super pleased to see the trolleys playing a role in the game, because they made such a big deal about those in the book. I also, because I played Arizona Sunshine, enjoyed the fact that the weapon and ammo belt mechanics were pretty much identical to that game, which made the whole thing pretty intuitive. And the whole thing just ran really smooth from one end to the other, which is always really important for immersion. And after all that, I'm going to go ahead and say this, and God, I hope y'all don't hate me too much for saying this right after my positive review on Batman. This is the best game I've played since Half-Life Alyx, dudes. This is really friggin' good. If you're into the whole horror suspense thing, you like being scared for long periods of time, this is a fantastic friggin' game. I had a great time on this playthrough. It's now one of my favorite VR games, if not my actual favorite VR game that I've played through as a single player campaign. It's It really is just a masterpiece. And I mean, this really shouldn't come as a shock. It ticks all the boxes. It's got great gameplay. It's beautiful. The story's fantastic. The world's immersive. Everything feels alive. I mean, it was just a really well put together game. And there you have it, my dudes. My 2 cents on Metro Awakening that I've been waiting to give you guys. If you listen to all this and it sounds like something that's going to be awesome to you, go ahead and click the link and get it. And if you liked the video, make sure and click like and make sure and follow me for more. Until next time, my dudes, live long and prosper. This is Space Roach VR.